Everyone's pissed off because the system is rigged. You're grinding hard, building businesses, investing, trying to move the needle, and what do you get? A world where money piles up in fewer and fewer hands. The frustration? Real? The anger? Justified. You see inequality everywhere, not just as a number on a chart, but in real lives, real opportunities stolen from millions who don't even get a shot. And meanwhile, the global elite just keeps stacking resources, dodging taxes, and rewriting rules while the rest of us fight over crumbs. Now imagine we could do something about it. Not some half-baked charity or temporary fix, but the kind of tax system that actually slices through the bullshit. Global taxes. Yeah, the idea sounds like a headache for some. But hear this. If done right, it could be one of the most powerful tools to cut that economic gap wide open. But only if it's smart, targeted, and brutal enough to hit the loopholes and offshore havens that the ultra-rich hide behind. Here's the raw truth. You want a global tax system that's simple to enforce, impossible to escape, and directly linked to the scale of wealth someone owns or controls worldwide. Forget local tax rules or fancy deductions designed to protect the status quo. This has to be coordinated at a level where national borders and old systems don't matter. That means real cooperation between governments, enforced by technology and transparency. Nobody can bend or hack. Blockchain, data sharing, anything that makes hiding money overseas a relic of the past. But this isn't about just grabbing cash and throwing it into a bureaucratic black hole. The money collected has to go into real, measurable change. Global infrastructure that connects people, education systems that teach skills for the new world, healthcare for every child, regardless of where they were born, and platforms that fuel innovation from the ground up. Because without that kind of reinvestment, it's just another tax scam disguised as fairness. Don't fall for the old argument. Taxes kill innovation, or markets will fix themselves. That's the fantasy sold to keep the winners getting richer. A fair global tax system leveled correctly would force innovation to come from true value, actual problem solving, and not just financial engineering. It would push founders and investors to focus on building things that matter, to create ecosystems that thrive on connection, on merit, not on loopholes and political favors. Here's the kicker. The biggest enemy of global taxes isn't just politics. It's your own mindset and inertia. If people like us don't demand this kind of system, if we keep playing within the old rules, we're just feeding the machine that sucks up every penny of potential and hope. We have the networks, the knowledge, the capital. Now we have to pressure governments, entrepreneurs, and partners worldwide to take this seriously. Build alliances that don't just cross borders, but actively smash the OLD borders of tax havens and opaque money flows. And don't wait for some perfect moment. Start by supporting transparency tools, by refusing to do business with shady offshore structures, by pushing for global standards in every startup pitch, investment deal, and boardroom. Make global tax fairness not just a policy demand, but a business imperative. If the few leaders with real power don't move, nothing changes. This can't be some idealistic version of fairness. It has to be cold, calculated, and ruthless against the forces that maintain inequality. Because the problem isn't just money, it's control. It's about who gets to decide the future and who gets screwed over quietly. Global taxes done right take power away from the few and give it back to vast networks of makers, doers, and creators. So act now. Stop looking away. Demand systems that punish hoarding and reward contribution. Link capital flows to accountability at a scale that leaves no escape route. That's how economic inequality stops being a constant and starts shrinking. Fast. No more half measures. No more excuses. If leaders don't act on this, the system will eat us alive. But if we push hard, push together, the world can finally start looking like a real place for everyone who's willing to build it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to learn more.